Yep, there we go.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Uh,
Morning.
I guess
Unfortunately,
I'll
Rami is not with us this morning.
yeah, yeah. So we're just going to be Edward and I guess, so far, unless somebody else joins our meeting here today. Are you able to let people in if they show up, Edward?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, well, I guess it's going to be us for sure. No matter if
Yeah, we'll
anybody
probably
shows.
make this kind of a short meeting this morning, considering it's just the two of us.
Yeah,
I got to look at the meeting minutes, see where we're at on it here. Uh,
yeah.
okay, one of the things that was brought up was dealing with the piece of writing for the bipartisanship that you were going to
Oh
work
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
How'd that come along? How's that coming
Well,
along?
I've
Have you
already.
even had a chance to start it?
I did. I mean, I did write that piece that I emailed out to all of you guys. So I think I'm just
Hmm.
going to basically, maybe just change the introduction a little bit, maybe the odd word here or there, but that's pretty much it. So, um,
Okay.
that's pretty much pretty close to ready to go. Just a little bit of tweaking, and I
Okay.
think we can put that in there. And you're just going to add that into into the blog section or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I am, like I said the other day, I'm still working on I got a very rudimentary site up working with us with the new software.
Yeah,
Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be improving it, make it more streamlined, make it more attractive, um, things
yeah.
like that. I don't know if you've had a chance to go to the site since I told you I got it back up or not.
Yeah, I went and I just made sure that the introduction was available, was visible, and that the how it works section is there, and that all seems to be there again. So,
Yeah,
um,
I just set up the how it works section as a button from the
yeah,
main system. That way there's a flow.
yeah,
I
yeah,
figured that
and
was a
that
nice layout.
yeah, that works. I would just to bring this, I don't know if there was something wrong originally when I brought up the website to you, but I've been noticing lately a lot of websites I can't get from my phone. Like,
Yeah, I've been
I'm
running into that
wondering.
myself.
And I keep getting this, can't find the server or can't find the page kind of a notification I get. And
Hmm.
it seems like any, even slightly obscure, if it's not like a really main website, I just can't seem to pull it up. And
That sounds like something dealing with your internet service provider or something dealing with Canada law. Something
well,
dealing with that.
sometimes I'll try a different server. Like another one I often use is DuckDuckGo. So I'll go there and
Uh,
I'll try it through there. And sometimes that works, but sometimes not too. And
right.
so I don't know what I need to do searches. So other times I've gone to ChatGPT. I'll ask it to see if it can find a link that'll work. And a lot of times it'll provide me a link, still doesn't work, and I'll say try again. That's not working for me. And then somehow it manages to find the website. Eventually it does. It almost always seems to be able to, but sometimes you have to do some extra tricks and whatever. I don't know, but I'm
Yeah, that's the
wondering
domain.
I'm wondering if this isn't a result of the rise of artificial intelligence,
Could
because
be.
I've heard something about the price of RAM is going up. And
Price of
maybe this
everything
has
is.
something to do with searching too. Maybe they're just too, and this is limiting, search engines' ability to search everywhere quick and easily, or something like this.
Mm,
And I think
I don't know. It's weird. It seems I've been going online looking since you brought up your concern. It's not just you being affected by it when it comes to citizens of Canada. It's
yeah,
almost like there's blocks being put in place, and that's kind of disconcerting. United States end or if it's on Canada's end.
well, I
Uh,
don't know if it's blocking so much or just the ability to search is being reduced. You
yeah,
know, and if it's not really
yeah,
a common site, a common place, then it's just getting left in the dust. You know.
right. Yeah. Well, I plan on setting up the CEO or the SEO on the website so that we can get up there in the higher rankings of searches.
Yeah.
Someone does a search for direct democracy or something like that, I'm trying to get it set up so that our site is right there at the top.
Yeah.
That's one
If
of the
there's a
things I'm
cost to
working
this,
on.
if it's not, if it's not thousands of dollars or something, but if there's a
Oh, it
cost to
won't
this, let
cost
me
us
know.
a dime.
Yeah, but I don't know, maybe spending some more money on better services or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. That don't let that hesitate. Let me know.
Hmm.
We'll cover those costs, and
Right,
if that's going to help to throw a little more money in there or something, right?
right.
So
Speaking of which, next month we're due for renewal of the
okay,
website.
okay.
It
What's the
it'll be the
best way to
same
pay?
amount.
How did we pay you
You
last
send it
time?
to my PayPal. You send it to my PayPal, and then I sent it in
Okay, I'm
because
going to
it's
see if we
all
can.
under all connected to my system.
Okay,
But we're due next month. I think it's the
okay,
16th. If we
all
can
right.
get that taken care of quicker
Yeah,
than that, that'd be great. That'll
yeah,
include the domain. That'll include the site hosting. Um,
yeah.
we are covered until 27, I think, on the domain name because we got a free year of domain name out of it.
Okay.
So,
If it's going to be not that long until we have to pay that or something, maybe just add it in there too, and we'll take care of it all at once or something.
yeah,
Do you have a total right now, or do you want to just email me a total?
I'll email it to you instead of putting it out over
Okay,
the web
sure.
like that.
All right.
There's some stuff that we don't need to have public,
Yeah. Okay.
just for our own safety and that. One thing, stop it. One thing, sorry, I'm puppy sitting.
Oh no, that's
A
fine.
German Shepherd Pit Bull mix.
Oh wow,
He's
he's
not even a year
active
old.
dog. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's excited.
Oh yeah. He's not even a year old. Pupper Mike hates it. 9-year-old dealing with with a
Yeah,
10-month-old. It's a hell
yeah.
of a change.
Hyper,
Anyway,
hyperactive. Yeah.
yeah. One of the things I will do though is we discussed this prior. I wanted to privatize the domain name system that's got my name, my phone number, my address, and all that. I'm going to add that into the cost that I quote you
Sure.
because
Yeah.
that way we've got that covered.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want to end up getting doxxed myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
get that over to you. Stop. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, that's fine.
but
Yeah.
what'd you
You
think
get
about the
everything.
way the website's? What'd you think about the way
Yeah.
that website's looking right now? I mean, other than the fact it's still very rough.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it looked fine. Yeah. Everything.
Okay.
I've kind of taken a week off or haven't done too much because the website was down and
Hmm.
I was ill. I had a sinus infection last week.
Mm.
And yeah, actually, if we had made the meeting, I was going to be in a lot of pain through the meeting. It was really, really painful for me.
So last
But
week kind of
anyway,
worked out to your advantage.
yeah, yeah. I was going to make a meeting, but I was in a lot of pain. I was definitely not going to be thinking very straight. I had to get antibiotics. I ran out Saturday, got antibiotics, but they weren't working by Sunday morning. So it was, still in all. I had a really rough night that night. I think I got up
Yeah.
about 3:30 and just gave up on trying to sleep. I couldn't sleep all night, pretty much. And yeah, so I was wide awake, but I was not all there.
Hmm.
Not by a long
Which
shot.
wouldn't have been conductive to the meeting anyway. So, I mean, I
So that was pretty.
understand. I'm sure Rami would too, understand, hey, I got a bout, I feel like crap. I mean, I've done that.
Yeah,
You know, your physical health and that is more important than
yeah,
chaos because
wow, yeah,
without your physical health and you helping direct everything, we're kind of at a dead standstill. So we got to
yeah,
make sure
yeah,
you're around for a little while.
yeah.
This is your baby after all.
Well, for everybody,
But
everybody needs to worry about their health
oh
before
yeah,
do anything. If you're not getting good health, you can't do anything. You're not useful to us really. So, or to
right,
anybody, or yourself, right? So,
right,
yeah.
exactly.
So the website, uh, yeah, is there anything else we need to cover on that? So you and
Um,
Robbie,
eh,
you guys never managed to get everything worked out to where you can work the meetings either, right? Or
yeah, this last week didn't work out for me to get it done, kind of like you. I had a lot of
okay,
things going on. I'm going to work on that this afternoon, see if we can get that fixed so this problem's not an issue.
yeah, yeah,
Where someone's sick in that. I mean, that was one of our processes. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
and
And does that look like it
sucked.
can be solved? It looked like
Yeah.
you were having a lot of problems, but it does look like you guys can get that figured out.
Yeah, I've already got the StreamYard
Uh,
account set up for KAOS. I just need to we need to work on getting everything integrated so we can get it moved over.
yeah,
So probably this week or next week we'll be in a good shape where in situations like today and that, we're covered.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. So let me see what else have we got here. I've stayed fairly like I said, I haven't done much in the last week or what have you, but I did have a very interesting phone call on Monday.
mhm. Uh-huh.
I spoke to a guy named Adrian at Democracy
Yeah.
Chronicles, and they have a publication that they've had out for over 10 years, and just people doing articles, writing articles for this for their website, and they've had over 100 different people contributing articles to their website.
Yes.
They get a fair bit of participation, and they have a bit of a reputation out there. So Adrian, we spoke on Monday. He was snowed in New York, so he had all day off. He wasn't doing
Yeah,
too
they
much
got
on Monday.
slammed.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, so we talked for quite a while there. I was very pleased to find out that he was very much in favor of moving towards direct democracy and stuff like this, and so he had no hesitation in considering what we were doing to be a good idea, or at least it seemed that way. And he said he has a bachelor's in I think it was political science.
Okay.
So and
That
which
helps.
most people have gone through that education don't really believe in direct democracy at all as a concept.
Right.
So
Right.
I was quite surprised to see he had a pretty good attitude, and I thought we had a really good talk. He's looking for people to publish things in his on their website. So I suggested that the introduction off our website would be the first thing I'd like to have published there, and it's either that or I have to write something new. And I'm trying to, and I'm not. It, it's so difficult for me to write new stuff. To write
Hmm.
writing in general. It takes a lot out of me. So anyway, I was hoping that would do for at least the introductory article. And so anyway, he said he would get back to me. He hadn't seen the website up until that point. He had pulled it up while we were in the conversation, but he hadn't looked at it prior. So anyway, he said he'd go through that and he'd get back to me. So I've been a little bit disappointed, though I haven't heard back from him yet. That was on Monday. I followed it up with an email on Thursday and just asking whether or not he felt that was going to be good, or do I need to write something else, or are you interested at all still? And I still haven't heard back anything. So that's a little bit concerning. I'm quite surprised though, because he seemed really, like I said, we seem to be on the same page, and I felt like I was talking to an old friend in a way.
Hmm.
He seemed like he was right, kind of following along really well, understood what I was saying, and seemed to be very agreeable. And so anyway, I felt fantastic after that conversation. I thought, man, I think we might get somewhere with this thing.
Hmm.
So anyway, I'm still got my fingers crossed that that's going to lead to something better.
That's good.
And then, yeah, and so anyway, in 2 weeks from now too, I'm going to be talking to this Sharon Lewis, and she's part of this Game B crowd that they She was an advisor on this film that they put together called Game B, the film.
Hi,
And
Yuval.
oh, Yuval, how you doing, Yuval? Hi.
Yeah,
You guys,
good.
you've been in lockdown lately. You can't go
Yeah, pretty
outside.
much since Saturday.
Yeah, yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah, lots going on there.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rami had to cut out for today. He had been up up real early and working on things, and so he said he just started the meeting for us, and then he had to go.
Had the
So
bill.
hmm
yeah, he had to bail. So anyway, we were just talking about our website and stuff. We pretty much covered all that kind of stuff. Um, so did you? And then I was following up. I might get the opportunity to publish something that probably the stuff that I've already written on our website. I'm hoping to publish in a website called Democracy Chronicles. I was talking to somebody on Monday there, and they seem like he seemed to be right on board with moving towards direct democracy and things like this. So they get a fair bit of readership, I think. They've been around for over a decade, and they have over 100 people that have been contributing to their writing. And so anyway, we'll see how that goes. I'm
Okay.
quite eager to continue that conversation with Adrian.
Let's
And
see.
then I was just saying, what's that?
Let's see how much traffic they got.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully they get a fair bit. I kind of checked with it and asked ChatGPT to see what kind of traction they get, and they get it's in the thousands anyway of people that look at their
It's
stuff.
not in the thousands, it's in the single thousand.
Yeah.
1,634 in January.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
a 51% bounce rate and a 33-second visit duration. Not great, but it's cute.
Yeah. Well, it's better than what I've been.
Organic traffic.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully it gets spread
Hey.
from there too. So
Hey, Brian.
yeah.
You're coming across real muddled, almost like you're too loud on your speaking.
Okay. Well, I tend to
don't
do-
know if it's a speaker system or what. I just wanted to let you know you're coming through real muddled. Rami
Did-
messaged us on the side chat about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Is that
so this is the Democracy Chronicles data,
uh-huh.
mostly 50-50 between desktop and mobile, mostly US traffic. This you can see on SimilarWeb.
Yeah, so we had a very lively conversation on Monday, and I'm hoping that we'll get the opportunity to publish something there. Be very excited if we can. I'd sure like to get Adrian, the guy I talked to. I'd like to get him on our side, hopefully, and he'd be an advocate to our plans here. I hope, but we'll see what happens. So let me see. Did you, Yuval, when did you follow up last time after you said that you had you got to speak in front of a group there?
Follow up? No, I closed the lecture. It's gonna happen.
Did it happen yet?
No, it's on the 29th,
Oh, okay.
end of the
So
month.
right away. Yeah, yeah. But that's right away, isn't it? Well, we have like 28th. Isn't that like tomorrow?
No, today's
No,
the last day of this month. It'll
Today's
be
the
29th
first.
of March.
Today's the first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, March.
Next one. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, do we have anything else on the business we need to discuss here?
Has anyone heard from Miss Shard that was here last time?
So yeah. So I did. I tried to email her after that meeting 2 weeks ago, and I didn't get a response. And then last week, Rami followed that up. I sent her an email because I think I sent her an email and probably went into her junk or something. Eh? So he followed that up with another email to her saying Brian was trying to get a hold of you, and she did get back to me. And but mostly we spoke about vibe coding. That's something that she does. and she gave me some tips on if I wanted to try to do some vibe coding. And I may try to play with that a little bit. I'm just a little bit curious about what can be done with this vibe coding. I'm
Well,
not sure where it goes.
vibe coding. Well, vibe coding, you use AI to help bring
Yeah,
up your blocks of code.
yeah,
Yeah, and I'm not saying you wouldn't be able to do it. You could probably do it really well. I would recommend doing it on a computer, obviously,
Yeah.
instead of your phone. Um, but one of the pitfalls you might want to look out for in your situation, Brian,
yeah,
is you don't have the knowledge when it comes to reading the code. Make sure there's not something wrong there. So you have to
yeah,
test it out consistently to
And
make sure.
security, putting the API keys in,
Oh
hard
yeah,
coded in the code, all that. It's problematic.
yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, personally, I don't know what I'm doing. So I have
yeah,
a code guy. He vibe codes. He uses
Hmm.
Kiro for vibe coding. Layman's user might use Lovable or Base 44. Uh, like it
I actually
splits.
use,
Like
yeah.
tech savvy users who are coders might use Kiro or Claude Code or what's it called? Forget.
um
Uh,
I know which one
yeah,
you're talking about. I'm drawing a blank myself.
all
Not
the
like a
it's like
mic.
an IDE. It's like an IDE, a code thing that codes itself. And layman's users, people who don't know how to code, usually use Lovable or Waze44 or something that creates the app for them. But both have
yeah,
like security issues and all that.
yeah, yeah. Lovable is one of the
Uh,
ones that recommended that you talked about. Now,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not. My,
One thing I advise geopolitically is if you got people in Iran right now,
yeah,
like try to deliver your message to them
yeah,
because they're kind of the brink of revolution. Maybe it'll happen, maybe not. But if they happen to have a revolution,
yeah,
they'll either go for, if they don't have a revolution, they'll stay with the like Islamic dictatorship. But if they do have a revolution, they might want something instead of,
yeah, yeah,
the regular
Yeah.
democracy that we all use.
yeah, yeah,
The problem we've got with that though is the internet system has been taken offline in Iran
yeah. But if they
last
get
night.
Ah,
control,
yeah,
hopefully get that opened up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Um,
right now,
yeah,
Iran has shut down their internet connection, trying to prevent any information from getting out or in.
got it.
Um, so
Yeah.
unfortunately they're getting left in the dark when they shouldn't be.
yeah.
Yep.
I wish I had connections in Iran right now, but I don't have any connections there.
I heard that.
Uh,
Yeah. Um,
it'd be great to get some inside info from there. Um, so, so in the vibe coding though, I'm not sure what my goal would be.
to
They talk
create a
about,
database, to create a
yeah,
thing. You need to build a
yeah,
thing.
You could
yeah,
actually use vibe coding to help get the idea for the database system. Um,
yeah.
and then if you want, you could forward that code to me, and I could look it over, run it through my AI agent, see if there's any
Well,
inconsistencies we'd have to
we're
worry
not
about.
ready for that yet. So that would be putting the
No,
horse before the cart a little bit. We need
right.
money there to upgrade constantly to rent more and more server space and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So it's kind of jumping ahead there, and
Yeah.
yeah, I really want experts working in that area when we do get to that point.
Mhm.
I don't think I'd be comfortable starting that off. But really, what was her name there? Shar.
Sure.
Shar. Yeah. Um, I didn't mention it in the email, but I kind of wanted to talk to her more about her writing because she also writes. I think she
Hmm.
said that she does some reporting or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, and so anyway, I kind of want to work into that area too here eventually with her and
Maybe you
see if
can
I can.
utilize her for vibe coding. Maybe she can do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm more interested in how she writes. I'd like to read some of her articles and see what what interests her, and see whether or not we can, pique your interest a little bit in writing about some of our stuff from her point of view. So anyway, that would be something I would like to see happen. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. I'll try to get hold of her again this week and see if we can kind of move in that direction. Let's see, there was something else I was going to mention. What was it now?
That's what
Have we
we.
heard any more? Have we heard any more dealing with the game A, game B?
Well, that's what I was talking about just now, just before Evolve came on. Yeah, I'm waiting until 2 weeks from now, halfway through this month. This person, Sharon Lewis, and I are going to be talking, and I'm hoping to kind of work my way up the scale. There's ultimately there's a guy that has a podcast, Jim Rutt, and he's quite a character, and he has quite a following on his podcast. And I didn't want to hit him up directly yet because I'm hoping that I know that this Sharon knows him, and they've worked together before. And I don't want to try to get a hold of him, and he just writes me off as another kook with a changing the world idea. So I'd like to get recommended to him would be a far better way to get in with him. And so I'm hoping I kind of work my way up, starting with Sharon Lewis. So I'm going to wait. I haven't tried to get a hold of Jim Rutt directly. I'm going to wait until I speak to Sharon and try to get it in with her first. And so that's the route. So I've kind of dropped doing anything else with Game B. I did try to get a hold of some other people with and I sent out some emails to other people that are kind of lower tier in that area. And haven't heard back from any of them. So anyway,
See, that's where we have a difference of opinions. You say we gotta get more connections. We gotta get more connections with the right people, and for them to get to know us, and blah blah blah. I say if you build it, they will come.
yeah, but for us to build this, from our advice from Rami's uncle, was that as soon as we start going, we have to start renting more and more server space. And
Use your
so that's
personal
where
PC as a server.
hey,
It's a weak server, but yeah, it's something.
yeah. Well, so if it starts to blow up, we have to be ready, and it'll hold the whole thing back if all of a sudden people are trying to interact in the system when we don't have the server space. So people are going to be hitting a blank wall, and we don't want to have people hitting a blank wall. We want to have everything open, constantly keeping up with any more demand that we get. So if we build
No demand. Currently, there's no demand.
I
So
know there's no demand
scalability is
yet.
one thing, but in business, you do things that don't scale initially. You do
Yeah,
things.
but how do we raise the funds to pay for more server space as soon as we need it?
Once
So
you have users, you'll have the funds.
no,
You
I
have
don't
users,
because
bring the funds.
we're not making money from our users. No, so that's not part of our plan. Our plan is to fund this through donation until we get to a point that we
If
have
you have
traction.
a million users, you have media, you have the media on your side, you have everything on your side. You can
We're not going to
get money.
advertise though. We're not going to be using. We're
You
not
don't
going to be
need to
getting.
advertise. You can get an investment. You have a million users.
Yeah, but an investor is only going to invest if he can see payout, and we're not promising any payout because we're not
That's a
going to have.
negotiation with them at a later time. What do you think so far? You
We
don't
have
need
to
to
think.
think so far. Think of
Yes.
the now and of the now.
Yeah, we need to
So
focus on now and get the basic going before we can worry
Yeah.
about expanding. I mean,
Read
I can
Eric
set up a
Ries.
donation
we have
link
to
on the
have the
Read
money
website
the
like
there.
that.
Lean Startup. If you can't read the Lean Startup by Eric Ries, it explains everything thoroughly. How to build a startup from scratch.
Uh-huh. So yeah, but this isn't your normal startup. This is going to
Every
be a publicly owned and operated institution, and it's not
That's
going to
great.
make any
Currently, it's
revenue. It's
nothing.
not going to make
Currently,
any
it's not
revenue.
gonna be. If you don't build it, it's not gonna be anything. It's
Yes,
not gonna
that's
be
true.
anything. It's gonna be talks on Zoom. This talks. It's gonna go on forever. This is what it's gonna be.
Yeah,
we
we've got to get a database
we
going
have
on the
no,
website.
we do not want to raise funds through promising that you will make money. That there's going to be a
Promise
big
what you
payout
can. Don't
when,
promise what you don't want.
when,
You're the
when,
leadership.
yeah, and this is what I'm saying. We're not going to. There's no plan at all to start advertising for products or anything like this. So how is an investor going? How does an investor make money? How can I get
I just
investors if I can't promise them to make money?
well, see,
Get
one of the
AI to
things
pay
they can,
for it.
yeah,
You can
one of the things,
Reddit did an API key for AI that the AI pays money to read the Reddit database. Same thing. Great money, profit.
Yeah, but we don't want that either. We don't want any barrier to anybody using the data. We want the people to, even like news organizations, we want them at first to use our data. So we don't want to charge them anything because we want them to have no barrier to using our data because that helps us get traction to get more people involved. So it has to be a fully free flowing and a free system for both drawing data out and putting data in. So there is no method to pay off investors. So nobody's going to invest in this unless they see the vision, in which case then they are willing to donate.
You know
And
the
so
song
we
Everything
are
for
looking
Free?
for donations only, and
Do you know the
eventually,
song Everything for Free by K's Choice?
yeah. Well, this is their only option, and this is what we've already
No,
discussed, and we
I'm
already
asking you. I'm asking a simple question. Do you know the song?
the song. What song? Say it again.
K's Choice. Everything for Free.
K choice. No, no,
never
I'm
heard
not
of it.
familiar. No.
I'll send it in the chat.
All right. So, but it doesn't really matter because, like I said, we're not. We have no method to generate. Eventually, this thing will generate money in the sense that we plan on taxing industries, but that can't happen until we've reached a certain level of traction, right?
Yeah, we got to have the
When
traction, but at the
money
same
doesn't
time, we also
flow,
got to get
there is
out
no
there and let
traction.
people know about it.
Money has to flow in your direction somehow for it to gain traction.
No, that's not our plan. And if we do, then it makes
Listen
us
to the
biased.
song. Listen to the song and understand it, and then you will understand what free means.
Yeah.
That's
I,
free.
I'll check it out later, but I'm let me copy it right now. But I'll check it out later. But we've already discussed how this is going to work, and we do hope that eventually people. We do hope that eventually people are able to retrieve recoup the money that they decide to donate. But we're calling it donations. We're not calling it an investment. And we do hope that eventually they'll get that money back if everything takes off. But we're not promising that. There's no promise of that.
Yeah.
And corporations are not going to be throwing us money unless they see the vision and they want to see a better world and they decide that this is just something the world needs. And so I'm kind of hoping some people will actually see that vision. Other than that, I'm sorry, but this is the way it's got to work. We cannot be beholden to any company or any government or anybody. We have to be an unbiased, apolitical system. And so, anyway, so to get back to what got us off on this subject here?
We were
Someone help
talking
me
about
out.
the game B, and you were
Oh
talking
yeah,
about trying to
are
get
you
up.
familiar,
You know,
Yuval? Are you at all familiar with the game B idea of game B?
Yeah, we talked about it last time.
Okay, yeah, the guy that came up with that, Daniel Schmachtenberger, is he's quite the character. Um, anyway, it's an interesting concept the way he puts it. I find it to be a very almost it's a very left leaning ideas, but yet they're right leaning people that have seemed to be into it. Or at least middle. A lot of people would consider them right, but mostly middle ground. I don't know if you're familiar with Brett Weinstein. But Brett Weinstein has been very much labeled a anti-vax, right-leaning. Uh, well, they label him as kind of crazy, but anyway, he's very much in the game B. There's a lot of people that are more on the right-hand
Their
side
screen
of
for a second.
yeah,
This is Game B Wiki. This is their traffic. 4,000 people a month
yeah.
with
But there's more than
42%
that that
bounce
talk.
rate, meaning half these people go just enter the website and quit it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't doubt it. The website doesn't get much traction. There are a bunch of
Getting
other
some
websites
traction in
though.
Germany, up 74%. In the US, pretty stagnant, 83% of the traffic.
It's the people that
This is the game B.
support it. Look up Jim Rutt, Rutt. Jim Rutt is
Yeah,
got
but he
quite a
doesn't
bit of.
have a website. He's a person. He doesn't have a website of his own.
Well, he's got
Jim
a
Ratcho.
podcast.
He does have a website of his own.
He
Right?
has a podcast.
Yep. I see he does have a
Um,
website. Let's see.
there's a whole bunch of other people. Let me think. Jim, what is it? Hall, something Hall. Jim Hall? No. There's a British guy.
Okay, so
Uh,
this is Jim Rutt website. This is the website, Jim Rutt Show.
yeah,
So this is the traffic, down 30% from December,
really. Hmm.
around 3,000 people a month, 40% bounce rate, visit duration of 0,
Jordan
only
Hall.
US, nothing
Look
but
up
US,
look up Jordan Hall.
nothing but US. Wait a second. Mostly direct traffic. Jordan Hall.
Yeah, I think he's British.
He doesn't have a website, so I can't check his traffic.
Okay.
He's a people. He's a guy. He exists.
Yeah, he's an influencer of some sort.
So he has traffic on YouTube, on Instagram, whatever. I can't see it personally. I can see website traffic. So the whole amount of the people you get an article there, an article here, you get traffic of around a potential traffic of around 4,000 people, and some of them go on to where you appear, which is around 200 people, around 10%, I think, and that's a measly amount of traffic. You understand?
Yeah, the only reason one of the reasons I'm
And
bringing
some
it.
of those convert into being a member in this community, and we go on to have these meetings every week instead of doing something. So currently, I'm trying to do something. I try to build Take Action,
Yeah,
and currently Take Action is offline because my AWS Amazon got hacked or something, and it's offline right now.
okay.
But I hope to get it fixed promptly and have Take Action back online and have code reviews and like finish development before I start an NGO in the US.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a meeting with I had a meeting with a business advisor. He didn't have much to say
Yeah.
regarding Just Social, but I'm gonna have a meeting with a tax advisor, international tax advisor, and I
Yeah.
hope she will tell me how to open an NGO in the US, what state to do it in, and so on.
Something about federated cooperative. I think that's what you want to go for. Federated cooperative. That's what somebody else told me is the best way to run a nonprofit worldwide.
Mhm. So no, it's gonna be US only initially. It's gonna be only in
Okay.
the US. But after a while, I will open it up to other countries. The
Um,
thought was
eh,
to get it up and running by elections, by midterms, to get the
uh,
donation money from the midterms, but I don't think I'll
mhm,
manage that.
yeah. So anyway, just to finish off with the game B stuff. I just think that they're a different realm, a different group of people that are in a little bit different area than I've been focusing on lately, or that I had prior. Anyway, they are already very open to moving towards direct democracy. So that's why I'm kind of targeting them. I think they're a good fit with us. And then the other one is anarchists. So that's where I'm going to spend my next couple of weeks here, is trying to focus on anarchist groups that are anarchist people, influencers that are pro-democracy. So there's only a small percent of anarchists that are pro-democracy. I would say less than 10%. Most of them are actually very anti-democracy and very vocal about it. So, but there is about 10%. I got a list of about, I think, 5 individuals that are constantly talking about democracy in the anarchist realm. And so, anyway, I'm going to try focusing on them, especially now that our website is up and running and I'm a little bit healthier. Like I said last week, I was pretty sick. So this week, I hope to focus on them and see if I can make any connections in that area. So that's just to let you know where I'm spending my time working. That's going to be my focus.
Right.
That
And of
makes
Yeah,
course, I'll
sense.
be
Okay.
working on the website. So,
yeah, yeah.
um,
Do we have anything you wanted to cover?
did you have anything, Yuval, that you wanted to touch on?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I got the
So
lecture
I'm
on the at the end of the month. I got the app. I want to restart the development, and that's about what I'm doing.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm
All
looking
right.
at our stats
I
for
think
our
by election
website
day,
right
like
now.
the U.S. not the sorry, I think by not the midterms, but actual U.S. elections, like a year before, I'll
Mhm.
publish take action and get the
Uh,
donation money from that period in time. Hopefully,
yeah.
it'll be online by then.
So
That's good.
you got a couple of years till that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of work to do by then. I got the
Yeah.
developer is not premium. He's not doing the job he's supposed to do. You got to manage him.
Okay. Get on them. And you were
Yeah, I
saying,
got to get on him.
Edward, you were saying something there.
Well, I'm looking at our stats right now on the host,
Okay.
for our site. Just to give a quick little update. We're averaging over 1,200 visits a month on the website. Uh,
Yeah, that's
approximately
pretty good.
564 visits a day. Now, that take consideration that includes bots
Yeah,
and search
yeah,
engines and that. Uh,
yeah,
but when it comes to the unique visitors, which is visitors we've never had hit our site before, uh, we're averaging around five to 800 people a month.
That's on Google
And
Analytics.
no, that's on my actual host analytics, on the analytics provided by my
Uh,
hosting. Our biggest
mhm.
percentage of hits have been coming from Spain and Latvia.
Oh, wow. Huh.
So we are getting out there worldwide. There are people seeing it. I'm seeing
Yeah.
a bunch of hits from Germany. I've even seen a couple hits from Iran in our paperwork or in our printout.
Yeah.
So we're reaching people. They're coming to the site now. We got to get them to engage.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think where we would be start. Of course, my main priority right now is get the website finalized, get it, you know, dressed up and whatnot. Like I said, it's very rudimentary right now. just because of the emergency action I had to take. But once we get that site up looking good and working properly, I think we need to look at getting our database started. We're getting the traffic coming to the site. Now we need to start getting people to engage.
Yeah.
Even
just
on a
talk about
small scale, a little bit of engagement and building up. Eventually, I'll have the donation link on the website and that. Uh, the objective, of course, with that is to bring in money so we can get more servers.
Yeah.
But we are reaching people. It's just getting them
Yeah,
to
maybe
stay
have a
engaged.
thought about having a conversion event on the website, like join our
Mhm.
meetings or like add this to your calendar or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I plan on doing that. I plan on having a link on there. If you'd like to join our meeting, click here, and it'll send an email to me or Rami or both of us, and things like that. Like I said, I'm dressing it up. I'm getting it more fine tuned now that I got the new software in place. But yeah, it's a slow process.
Yeah.
Probably within the next month or two, we probably want to look at getting something up where people can start posting things. Uh,
Yeah.
because
Well, that
I've
would be
been
good.
watching our numbers. I've been watching our numbers increase from 20 to 30 visits a month to over 1,700 a month.
Yeah.
So we
Mm.
need to start getting the engagement working. We're getting the information out there. Now we need to get the engagement going. Once we
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
engagement going, this thing's going to take off.
Yeah. Well, I still think we need some influencers of certain caliber, but we're
Yeah,
working on it. We'll get there.
absolutely. But one of the things we do need to look at is getting the engagement process set up, uh,
Yeah.
so that people aren't just coming in and reading information like, okay, we got the information. Now what? Okay, you've got the information. Now let's go get you to say your piece. And I'll be setting that up as a link under the How It Works tab, as well as a link on the main page. So,
Eventually, I'd like to get somebody that's going to work on like a monthly, at least a monthly newsletter or something like that. If not
mhm.
weekly, at least monthly. But I don't think any of us have that capability really so far. We need
Well,
some new people
I'm
there.
I'm so strapped down I can't do it right now. Um,
Yeah,
but someone like Shar, like
yeah,
that Shar,
that's what I mean. Yeah, yeah.
she might be willing to do something like that.
Well, I
I'd
don't know.
like
I
to
don't.
see her back on the webs.
I think she
I'd
was
like to
just.
see her back on the.
Yeah, me too. I think she was just a little curious, and I think we need to
Mhm.
kind of get her more involved if we can. Try to get her a little bit get her a little bit beyond just curious and
Right,
actively wanting to.
right.
So that would be yeah. I
And we're
don't think
probably
she's
going to run
had.
into the same problem with a lot of people that are visiting the site. They're curious, but we're not getting the information out there for them to say, okay, I'm curious now. I want to participate.
Yeah,
That's one of those things we
yeah,
need to look at.
yeah.
Um,
A lot of the people that join the sub on our subreddit, I think that's the way they want to follow us, see what happens, but they're not willing to do anything yet. Yeah,
yeah.
and a lot of those people will change their attitude as we get traction. You know,
Hmm.
as we seem to be sounding like we're getting somewhere.
Right.
So
One thing I did notice, I've done some research into it. You know how you were talking about wanting to use Reddit to start off with as our back end for the database and that? Unless we pay for the API access, we're not going to be able to do that.
yeah, yeah. Well,
And
Yeah, their
it's
API
not cheap.
access.
once again, I think we have to have we have to have some money, built up to rely on before we really start building anything. I think.
Well, where we start at right now, I mean, we've got low enough traffic. We can get by with starting off with the current server we're on.
Yes, I know. But if it takes off, we have to be ready. And I'm not ready.
Yeah,
I don't have thousands of dollars that I could say all of a sudden, oh, we're getting lots of traffic. We need to double
yeah.
our server space. I don't have the money to back that up.
Oh
I
no, I
mean,
understand that. I'm not asking you to, and that's where we
and
need to get going on
if we hit a
donations and
brick
that.
wall, if we hit a brick wall, then every person that tries to add more information and they see that, they'd walk away and they're not coming back.
Right,
Right? So
right.
that's
But
We
Yeah,
have to be ready.
we're playing that delicate balancing act. It's like, okay, when are we actually going to be at the point to take off? We're not going to be at this rate,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
unless we get the donations flowing in, and that we're not going to be able to take off. We've got to
that's
get
right.
the financial influence going.
That's right. And then I think when we do go to really start to try to raise funds, I'm not going to. We're not going to demand anybody put money in right away. It'll be more like
Yeah.
people pledge to put money in if we reach a certain minimum. So we know we can't start without at least I'm thinking about 5 million, but we may start at maybe 3 million or something, right? And so people can pledge. Oh, I'll put in $5,000 if you can get minimum of pledges up to 3 million.
There's plenty of
And
Right.
Kickstarter
Yeah.
platforms, all kinds.
yeah, I don't want to use a Kickstarter or anything like that because there's a lot of limitations on there, and they take a big percentage. You know how much they take.
The
Eh?
limitation is the main limitation is if you don't collect the money you pledge, you
Yeah,
don't get any money.
yeah, yeah.
That's their
And
thing.
And that's basically what we want to do, but we want to do it in house. We're going to have something like that. If we can't reach the minimum of 3 million, let's say, people don't have to put any money in. They're going to pledge their money, and if we don't reach that level, but there's not going to be a time limit on it, though. That's the other thing. Whereas in on a Kickstarter is usually 3 months, 6 months, whatever it might be, right? We don't want a
So
time
that
limit on
leads.
them.
So you're working on a website. You gotta integrate that pledge thing to the
Hmm.
website
Yeah,
And
but
that's what I'm going to be working on.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
with the
exactly.
swiping of
And but
credit cards and everything.
yeah.
Mm.
But we're not going to worry about it too much yet. We need more traction yet. So, but yes, when we do get there, hopefully Edward will have everything ready to go on our website, and
I'm hoping I'll have the website completely up to date where we need it to be at, probably within a week or two, maybe a
yeah,
little longer. I'm targeting out a month to be completely up, to bar possible problems,
yeah.
you know.
But personally,
But
I don't see us ready to do that until we have other people besides us writing articles about this and
mm,
publishing in different places. Like I said, there's several of these people that are like if I get Jim Rutt talking about it on his podcast, if I get some anarchists that are into democracy writing about it in different publications, things like this, right? And when we get to that kind of level, then we can see that there might be an opportunity there to be able to raise that kind of money. Right now, I don't see any possibility of it right now, so there's just no sense in starting at this point.
well, we should have the donation link up anyway, just
Yeah,
for the
it
simple
should
fact
be.
there's going to be people. Oh, I want to donate to this to help them get going. Uh,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
silent majority is going to be your loudest majority.
Hmm.
So, I mean, we got to look at. I mean, our main selling point is going to be word of mouth. We're not doing
Yeah,
advertising or anything like that. Word of mouth is how we've got to focus on it.
yeah.
Uh,
But if we get some bigger
and
mouths, it'll be helpful.
well, yeah, absolutely. Um, I've been looking up places to try to reach out to myself, see if we can do anything. Um, yeah, so it's not like you're the only one doing it. I'm trying to
Yeah,
do from my end also.
yeah,
Um, I've gotten a couple of inroads into some groups down in Houston,
yeah.
which are, they're mainly podcasts and that. But if we can get the information out there,
Yeah.
maybe
I like
I mean,
podcasts. I'm a big fan of
yeah,
podcasts. So yeah,
yeah,
if you can
uh,
get me any names too of anybody that you think I should be trying to get a hold of, let me know.
yeah,
But you can definitely
yeah. I'm doing my research before I say, okay, here's your reach outs.
yeah.
I want to make sure that it's going to be worth the effort to reach out to them. Of
Uh,
course, that's any business sense. You got to have a
and
product people are going to want.
and if you could think of any groups, like there's these Game B group or the anarchists that are into democracy. If you could think of anybody else that's already thinking about advancing democracy, right? And that's already a big ask. because, and it's just so much easier to work with people that already think that advancing democracy is a good idea. I don't have to convince them of that. We don't have to get them to think that advancing democracy is a good idea that way. And that's because that's a hard sell right off the bat. I got into a big
one of
argument.
the hardest sells to do.
Yeah. It really bothers me. I get on.
From my experience, the political philosophy crowd is really into this thing, but they don't have the balls to actually do anything. But they're really into, direct democracy and talking
That's not
about it and changing
that,
opinions.
that's not the impression I get. I post every once in a
Political
while.
philosophy crowd?
Yes, I post on the political philosophy subreddit on Reddit, and I get nobody. I get no upvotes. I get nothing but downvotes, and I argue with people, and it really pisses me off. And I'm getting to be a bit of a troll there, and they know me as a bit of a troll, and because I'm getting sarcastic. So I post
change the narrative of the try to change the narrative of how you're telling the story. Say Rousseau talked about political being like this. Let's compare it to what we're trying to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you where a lot of them go. They go to Plato, and they say Plato had nothing but bad things to say about democracy. And and then I bring it around, like they'll use this Plato as a reason why democracy cannot be advanced, and they use that as one of the biggest arguments they use. And I always point out he thought that he could get his whole thing in his when it's right up about what do you call it, Plato's Republic. He writes about how the best case scenario, the best way to govern would be to start with a dictator.
Philosopher King.
Yes. Now, Philosopher King was not his idea; that was others. He said that if a dictator had a philosopher that he listened to, and he did everything the philosopher said, that would be the best case scenario. So he wanted to be that, and he went out and he found a dictator, and he moved there, and he tried to get that dictator to do what he said, but he never could get him to do what he said. The dictator liked him and everything, and at first he listened to him, but he never followed his advice. So he failed entirely in his attempt to create this situation. And yet, that is still the same scenario that every political philosopher is trying to do today. To this day, they all think the best scenario is to take a dictator and get him to listen to philosophers. Or if they are a philosopher. That's where they say the philosopher king. They, after Plato, came up with the idea, well, how about if the dictator was a philosopher? Then you have the philosopher king, right? They came up with that afterwards, and they're stuck on that. They are stuck on that whole idea. There's one person admitted it very well, and she would not argue with me beyond this, but well, one of my posts, she described the reason why we have democracy today. And she said, I kept this. I saved it. I can send you a copy because she described it perfectly. She said we only allow enough democracy to help to as a stopgap to keep society from slipping into dictatorship, and that's all it's there for. It's there to stop dictatorship from prospering beyond our control. So it's to control dictatorship is the only reason we have philosophy and have democracy. The only reason that we allow just enough democracy to stop dictators, but no more than that. They don't want any more democracy than that. And they're very specific in how they design the system so that democracy has to be at this level, never gets to be more, never gets to be less. It is ingrained in the system that it has to be exactly this much democracy. Right? And I could send you that. She says it so eloquently. It's exactly the way they all think. And so they are pro-democracy just this much. Just as much. Mm-hmm. And they don't want any more, and they don't want any less. And the ultimate to them is if they could get the dictator. They will allow a dictator if they can get the philosopher dictator, or a dictator that will listen to a philosopher. Right? Look at that's exactly what Steve Bannon is. Steve Bannon thought he'd be the philosopher to the dictator Trump. Right? That is his wish. He is a follower of Plato. Right? And all of these people are followers of Plato. And to me, Plato had
And
it
see,
wrong.
that's just it. A lot of what Plato was going for, as far as I'm concerned, was flawed.
Yes, absolutely flawed.
He had some very flawed, biased information there that he was not wanting to budge on, and he
His,
didn't want to listen to anybody else.
his criticisms of democracy are not wrong, I don't think. But we have to
No.
work around them. We have to work around them. There is no,
Okay, guys,
there's no
I
way
gotta
to.
go. Good luck with
Yeah,
everything.
All
yeah,
right, Yuval. We'll see you next
yeah.
week.
Bye.
And, all right, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Bye.
We'll see you guys in a week. Good luck in Israel. Hopefully you don't get bombed too much.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and close this out today.
Yeah.
Because I really don't think we really have anything new to discuss. We've been on for an hour.
Yeah.
We reached the hour limit. Rami, if you are listening to this, try to come up with some information that you got questions about, and we'll address those next time you're on. And I will keep working on the website, getting it more dressed up in that. There's changes coming, and it's going to be beautiful.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah. So, but like I said, I'm looking at a month before the site's completely where we need it to be at, and then we can focus on working towards the participation part.
Yeah.
And at the meantime, if you reach out to anybody, if you get a hold of anybody, let us know what your status was on it. If I come across anything, I'll let you know. And we'll see what happens. Best we can do.
Okay. All right. Send me, email me with the tally of what you need there. And if it helps to get on more servers or where we have to pay something, just add that in there.
Well, what we may be looking at, where our next big change is going to be, is probably going from the shared hosting we're on now to a dedicated server, which will give us a lot more data room, because I can easily get us up to 100 gigabyte of data just for storage of the database and that. So we'll probably, our next big move server wise will probably be going over to a dedicated. I'm not looking at that for a minimum of a year. So we'll see how things blossom out. If we fall in that situation, like you say, somebody's got something similar and it's working better than we can get on, you're talking about, we'll dissolve KAOS and go into them, which is fine. But in the meantime, we need to focus on trying to make sure we've got our infrastructure working to be able to scale up a year down the line, or two down the line, and be able to scale up from there. I am going to go ahead and throw a donation link on the website with a disclaimer. So, this site runs completely on donations. Your help is appreciated. And we'll go from there. So,
okay. Well, we'll talk about more next week.
We're getting the traffic, so there's no reason not to try to get it to come through. I mean, once they see that we're donations and we're not forcing anyone to pay anything right away, and that it might help increase traffic to the site. I'm looking at it that angle.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
All right. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Edward. Been good.